Are you done? Or what? Good Lord. This is a Room Essentials. I almost said Room Additions. It's a Room Essentials fan that I picked up at Goodwill. I don't know. It's been a while ago now. It's the only fan like this I've ever bought. One of these little 3 or 4 inch desk fans. Is it 3 or is it 4? Guess it's 4. But it's a velocity fan. So I guess whenever I go to Goodwill, it's almost guaranteed that there's at least 2 fans like this on the shelf, but they're almost always the USB fans, and you can't really, either you can't see the motor or it's just nothing that got my attention. This one got my attention for some reason. I don't know. I mean, maybe they all have a shaded pole motor like that, but it just seemed like when I walked by, my first thought was that seems like kind of a hefty motor for that teeny tiny fan. And then I picked up the fan. It's like, it's got some weight to it. I mean, if you threw that at somebody, you would not feel it too good. But yeah, it just didn't really seem normal. It probably is, but I'm not very observant either, so that's just the nature of it. And then I picked up the fan and looked at it, and it's like, you know, it's all metal. It's got a metal blade, and like it feels, you know, I'm like, I don't think I could damage this one-handed. Seems pretty substantial. And I flip it around and I see it says velocity fan. It doesn't say high velocity. It could be low, it could be negative velocity, mediocre velocity, crappy velocity, but it's got something to do with velocity, and it's all metal. It's kind of heavy. Seems like it's got a really decent sized motor for what this fan is. And what was the year on it? It wasn't really new either. March 2011, so I guess this is probably normal for the 2000s, or around 2010. This is probably pretty normal for that, but the stuff that comes out today just seems kind of I don't know, not as substantial as this. So I bought it. I think it was like $2 or something, and yeah, we'll see what this is all about. It's only 1 speed, and it's already plugged in, but it's a polarized fused plug with a replaceable fuse. So I guess that's nice. Turn it on. It gets right up and goes. It's got some zoom to it. And it makes a typical fan noise, but no like vibration or anything. It's not particularly noisy. Pretty good breeze coming off of it for what it is. Starting to make a noise now. Oh, it's still doing that. I thought it was just the microwave at first. I don't know what that is either. It doesn't really sound like a bearing noise. It doesn't sound like a dry bearing noise. It sounds like I don't know if that's the rotor rubbing on the stator, or it could be a blade. loose. Something's loose in there? I don't know. Let's see. We got a purple mask. Gotta hold the mask up. So it's not terrible. And you know what? I have one of those little 4-inch wind mirror fans from like the 90s. Kind of looks like a half-ass hair dryer. This thing definitely moves more air than that little wind mirror 4-inch fan. It is making a weird noise though. Still, I don't think it's as noisy as the wind mirror fan, even with whatever this is. It's really clean too. Fan's clean. I'm willing to bet that this thing was barely ever used. I mean, it doesn't seem like it. Like there's no dust in it at all. There's no dust anywhere. I think somebody bought this thing and put it in like a tote or a desk drawer or something and just never used it. I don't know what that noise is though. I don't know how badly I want to get to the bottom of it either. I think that's the rotor. I think that's the rotor skipping on something in the stator. I might have to get in there and see what that's about, because if there's rub marks on that, I mean, it'll damage it, so I definitely don't want that. Or it could be something up with the blade. It's just hard to tell. It has kind of a big set screw in it too. I mean, not really. It just seems like it's, you know what it reminds me of? I mean, look at that. This blade's actually got a set screw, like a bigger, like an industrial fan. Look at that. That's kind of funny. Yeah, I wonder if the blade's loose on that. Maybe that's wobbling around, I don't know. But anyway, this reminds me of, or what it could be. It's like a dollhouse high velocity fan. Like a miniature. It might be a little too big for that. But that's kind of what it reminds me of. It's like, if you have a big enough dollhouse, you could use this if you have daughters that are into dollhouses. I think we've got a few of them, but even the biggest one, I don't know. This might be a little bit too big. But yeah, if you had a large enough dollhouse, this could be like a dollhouse high velocity fan you could put in one of the rooms in there. I would have to blast the paint off of it and chrome it up and put a little patent logo on there. That'd be cool. Man, I'd like to do that anyway. I just don't have time for that. I don't have time for all my cool ideas. Yeah, this is a pretty decent find. I guess if I can get rid of that noise, which I'm debating how much I really want to try, but I mean, this fan's clean. Super clean. It seems like it would be brand new almost. I guess I could oil it and see if that does anything. I don't think that that's what it was though. I don't think that's the issue. And it seems like the bearings are pretty free. I mean, I don't know what kind of a spin down you could really expect a fan like this to have, but that's not bad. That blade, I mean, it's metal, but it's nearly weightless. Room Essentials. I think this is the Holmes fan. I think Holmes still makes something just like this. I don't know. There's so many fans out there like this, so many different brand names that the same fan probably has goes under a dozen different brand names. Who knows? It's decent for what it is, I guess. It's got velocity one way or another. Thanks for watching.